I am constantly on a quest to automate as much as I can. I am running a business and there's a bunch of stuff that I have to do that I don't want to do, and frankly, I shouldn't be doing. Today, we're talking about Postgres backups. If you are running a production database and you don't have a tested automated backup strategy, you are running a ticking time bomb. Most people think a backup is just running pgdump and saving it to a folder, but that's not a backup, that's a file. A real backup strategy follows the 3-2-1 rule: 3 copies of your data, 2 different media types, and 1 offsite. And the most important part, verification. Today, we're going to build this using a simple agnostic bash script. No frameworks, no heavy dependencies, just pgdump, rclone, and a little bit of logic. We're going to build a pipeline that dumps, ships, and cleans up. I'm going to show you my database real quick. This is my actual production database. So I have here a bunch of tables, and these are full of data, and I really would hate to lose all of that data. So let's go ahead and build our script. What is pgdump? Well, pgdump is a Postgres utility that allows you to do a quick dump of your data. So let's go ahead and actually create a directory pgdump test and navigate into that. And let's try and use it. To use pgdump, what you can do is run pgdump and do data d and enter your database name. So my database name is Jury, and my username is Jury as well. Whoops. And my host is going to be what? And my host is 172.20.03. And let's run this, see what happens. Okay, let's enter our database password. We have a conflict in pgdump versioning. So what I do suggest you to do is update it. And to do that, let's actually just do apt install Postgres client, I guess 17, and hopefully that should fix it. Alright, so it turns out I had to update my repositories, so I had to run a bunch of few commands to update my apt repository in order for it to be able to grab my or the latest Postgres client version. So let's go ahead and run it. This is actually what I hate, doing this manually. I have to constantly just keep my system up to date and make sure that I have the correct client for my for every database version. All right, so hopefully now we can do our pgdump, do a quick host. What is it? 172.20.03, users Jury, and databases, whoops, users Jury, and database name is Jury as well. Okay, and let's paste in our password. And as you can see, it just dumped out completely our data here. Let's actually just pipe it into a backup.sql file. Now we should have a file here at 4.6 megabytes that's going to contain all our backup metadata. So if you have noticed, this file size and format is very large. Custom file format, a compressed and custom format for pgdump that will allow you to actually have a compressed backup, and that will be able to support a parallel restores, which is really nice. So if you ever need to restore like a 50 gigabyte database, you're going to thank me later for that fact. Let's go ahead and do fc, paste in our password, and now let's look at the size difference. It's crazy. It was 4.6 megabytes and now it's 1.6. But as you can see, this is now unreadable. It's a binary file, so we cannot like output anything from it. Yep. So let's go ahead actually and create our backup script. Let's call it script.sh and start writing code. This is going to be a shebang bash script. So let's define it as that, and let's define our environment variables. Run it. First of all, you need to make it executable by running this command, script sh. Then we can run it. And, okay. So line 11, no file. Okay, no, that's fine. So this is actually part of why you'd have to do a lot of back and forth with your script in order to just use it. So let's do a mixture in temp backups, and this will ensure that this directory here /temporary/backups always exists. And now we should be able to actually run it. Okay. We also forgot to use our host. Save. Run it one more time. Starting dump. All right, so this is other reason that this cannot be automated like this. So before running our pg dump, let's do pg password equals our password, and we also forgot to set in the user. So let's do that as well. Capital U db user. Forget the $sign. But back to our 3, 2, 1 rule. This backup is now being created. We can actually automate this. Let's do pwd to grab the current working directory and do a quick cron tab edit. For now, I would like this backup to run every minute on my server. So let's go ahead and do that. Script sh, and then any logs can be outputted to var log Postgres backup.log, and now this should run every minute, and it should output the log directly into this file. So if we do a quick little cat, you can see the logs being printed out, and this will happen every minute. So whenever you need to watch this file, you can just tail it, and you'll be able to, like this, and able to see logs in real time and what happened during that backup, because your database might be down, or you might have some weird permissions issue where your user had changed or password has changed, or you no longer have access to specific permissions that you need to run this backup. Now this backup is automated. What we need to do is we also need to store it off-site. And what we're going to use for that is a little utility called rclone, which is a really nice utility that allows you to add storages. It's compatible with a lot of storage providers, and this utility will allow you to run your backup anytime, basically, and store it anywhere. In order to do that, we need to set it up. We need to set up a new remote in rclone. We just need to set up a new config. This is going to be a new remote. I'm going to call it jury backup. Right, so as you can see here, we have a list of providers to use. What I'm interested in is actually using Backplace. Let's go ahead. Backplace is number 6. So all we have to do is enter number 6. And then it's going to need an account ID or an application key ID. I'm going to set a new application key for this specific scenario. I'm going to call it jury database backup. I'm going to be running it on the jury backups bucket. Create a new key. Let's grab the application key ID and then the application key. I want hard delete. This is good for retention policy, so we want that. And then let's just don't do any advanced config. Yes, keep it. Great. Now we have our remote. Okay, let's quit our config and try to upload a file to our storage provider. All right, so we have here a backup that we can test our rclone config on. But before we do that, let's do a quick sanity test to make sure that our configuration works fine. Let's do rclone lst and then whatever my rclone configuration name was. I think it was jury backup. Let's go. This is the actual bucket that I have in here, jury backups. So let's go ahead and do rclone copy the backup SQL file into our remote, which is jury backups. Then I guess that's it. Let's place it at the root and let's check. So here we can browse the files in our backplace storage and it's right there. That's really good. Okay, so what we need to do now is just automate it. Alright, so let's go ahead and update the script and add our destination storage. Great. Let's actually run it. Let's go. Files are currently being synced to our destination storage. You could write all that script by yourself, or the cron jobs, the rclone upload logic, the cleanup scripts, the alerting system. I did that actually for years, but then I realized I was spending more time maintaining my backup scripts than actually building my product. So that's exactly why we built SimpleBackups. It handles the rotation, the offsite storage, and the verification automatically. It's the set it and forget it for your database. I use it for all my projects and I highly recommend you check it out. So we can just quickly test it. I'm going to do a quick database backup on my self-hosted server, and then let's connect it. See how easy this is to install and run. All I need to do is run this command in here, and this will automatically link my server to SimpleBackups. Let's validate the connection. Right, in here I'm going to select Postgres as my backup destination. 172.20.03. Leave the port as is. Jury here and my password. And for the database name, let's quickly fetch all of our databases. What we can also do is that we can back up all databases, and that will back up any database that exists on the server, which is really nice. I can also exclude tables from here. So for example, if I want to exclude a specific table that I don't really need, such as events, this is not that important and I don't want it to take time and space. And actually the sessions table, I can just do that and I can validate it. Then here comes the fun part. SimpleBackups will allow you to store locally, and it will allow you to store on a new storage. So in here I can do a quick backplace jury backups, and let's validate it. Now jury backup. So by now I have the backup in here, and I can also store a redundant copy in simple storage. which is really nice to have for whenever I lose access to my primary storage. I can just have extra secondary storages, and you can add up to 4 storages. Alright, so in here, let's add a nice little prefix, SimpleBackups, and I want to run this backup on a grandfather, father, son strategy, which basically means you have a daily backup, a weekly backup, and a monthly backup, and you have different retention policies for each of these backups. Let's go ahead and create our backup. So let's go ahead and actually run a quick smoke test. Let's go ahead and look at our logs. I can see the backup has actually completed, and I think it is exactly. It's just syncing to simple storage. So now if I go to my SimpleBackups bucket, where I choose to save my files, I should be able to see it in here. That's amazing. And at the same time, I should be able to download it from SimpleBackups directly. And also, this is the really cool part, I have notifications now. So whenever my backup errors, or even on success, I should be able to receive a notification either via email or any other actually notification channel, whether it be it Slack, Discord, or whatever webhook you want to set up and push over. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really hope this was informational. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below. Bye.